This was absolutely predictable. Meghan Markle is raging over the success of Victoria Beckham's Netflix reality series. She believes the streaming giant.
All right, let's unpack this chaotic royal mess. Because, wow, it's a lot. Meghan Markle versus Victoria Beckham, Netflix favoritism, a full-blown meltdown over Fashion Week. Yep, we're going there. So, the gist, Meghan Markle is apparently furious that Netflix went all in promoting Victoria Beckham's new reality show, giving it red carpet premieres, billboards, glowing PR.
Has pumped far more marketing resource and PR energy into the new reality show from the fashion designer than they ever did with Love Meghan. Now, that may be true, but Meghan needs to realize there's a real reason for that. And it's because while she comes across as a fake weirdo on With Love Meghan, and she wasn't even prepared to show us inside her own home, Victoria Beckham, the former Spice Girl, for all of her faults, and there are many, opened up everything in this series. We were inside her home. We were inside her business. She was talking about her previous eating disorders. There was something that Victoria provides that Meghan never could. And it's a word that really matters in this new world. Authenticity. But of course, this is a disaster for Meghan Markle and her career prospects, given that she tried so hard to make Netflix her number one team. And Victoria, of course, remains her biggest enemy in the celebrity world, dating back to that ridiculous feud when she was still in the royal family, and she falsely accused, and trust me, I know for a fact that these allegations were false, she falsely accused Victoria Beckham of leaking stories about her. What's interesting, though, is that Meghan is now also trying to steal not just Victoria Beckham's style, but her look as well. From according to Taz, she's definitely cosplaying Victoria now and alerting the paps to her every movement, albeit guests at that hotel are already annoyed at all of the cameras outside. Genevieve's made the point this bish is trolling Victoria Beckham at this point, even down to the hand in the pocket. Look at that. Meghan, grow up, FFS. And Princess Carparkle wrote, Meghan Markle is really pushing hard to copy Victoria Beckham's style. This is just a 48-hour period. I don't know why she's so incapable of finding her own. If it's not her dead mother-in-law or her estranged sister-in-law she's ripping off, now it's Lady Beckham. Sorry, Victoria's style is so much better. And from Princess Pinocchio, in my opinion, Meghan Markle was trying to be like Victoria Beckham at Fashion Week. Victoria has openly said she hates to smile for the camera. On the other hand, Meghan Markle usually has that sickly rictus grin like a maniac. It must be exhausting, always trying to be in someone else's life. And then, of course, the post that will upset Meghan the most from the Salty Duchess revealing Lady Beckham, currently number one slot on Netflix in the UK. This is what success looks like. Angela Levin, our royal mastermind, Prince Harry's biographer, with me now. And Angela, of course, this is hurting Meghan Markle. This is really hurting her. With Love Meghan, the most recent series, couldn't even scrape into the top 10 list on Netflix in the UK on its first day of release. And Netflix, Angela, did pump a whole load of money and promotion into Victoria Beckham's show. There was a massive red carpet event. It's been number one on the platform. There's been advertising everywhere. But it's because the executives knew that this had the potential to be a hit. Whereas With Love Meghan has been a disaster from day one. Remember, Series 2 was never Series 2. They just chopped up Series 1 into two parts.
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? I hadn't looked at it, but when you told me we'd be talking about this today, I did. I looked at all of them except the last one. I didn't quite have time for that. But you could see that Victoria was giving. She was warm. And she wasn't trying to pretend that she was anyone else. And what was lovely too was that David would come in and give her a hug or say something, and she wasn't cross with him. She said, "Oh, don't say that." He said, "Ah, it's a joke." So they had a marvelous flow.
While her own series, With Love, Meghan, basically got left to rot in Netflix's graveyard of forgotten content. According to insiders, Meghan's convinced Netflix pumped far more marketing into Victoria's show than hers. Which, to be fair, they did. But let's be honest, there's a reason for that, and it's not a mystery. Victoria Beckham's show was an actual hit.
Of feeling together, and he was so proud of her, and but he was very confident about himself and what he said, whereas Harry's absolutely terrified. If Meghan keeps telling him to go away, she doesn't want him there, he's a nuisance to her. He doesn't know what she's going to do next. And Meghan wants to pretend she's wonderful, but she's got to be in charge. So she's not nice to any staff there necessarily. Whereas here, she would change the way that she wanted a dress done. I know this might sound simple, but it was actually, it showed what she was like. That she never said, "Oh my goodness, what have you done?" She said, "Oh, this is lovely, but wouldn't it be just a little bit better? You're very good like that, Dan. You're very good. You never say to somebody, ugh, you just say, shall we do this instead? Just move a little bit." And so that's true. So the person feels that they're all right. You just want to change things, but you don't want to be unkind. And this happened all the way through. And with her daughter, she just put her in front of the camera and said, "Are you all right? Is everything okay?" And then she took her to one side and said, "Look, tell me, are you all right?" And it seemed absolutely natural. And I've now become a fan. I hadn't before, sort of get on with your work and that's okay. But I thought she handled it absolutely brilliantly. And then one day they had the most terrible downpour of rain, and they were going to have all the show outside, and
Oh,
it
yes,
couldn't
at
be
Paris
done.
Fashion Week.
Yes, and she worked out a way with other people how they do it. She didn't start shouting, she didn't do anything. And in the end, they did it extremely well. And she admits what's wrong with her in terms of what she can't do and what she says is wrong. Whereas Meghan thinks she's absolutely the most wonderful woman in the whole world. And people don't really like that. So it's very easy to see why Meghan is so jealous of her. But she couldn't be like her, just the same as Princess Catherine, because she's got her own character and her own being and her own behaviour, which we all love. And this one, I think, will do fantastically well for her clothes and her makeup and all that. But Meghan hasn't got that. Meghan hasn't got something that you want to draw to, and America, I was told by two people who were there and mentioned about it, they said, no one likes her. Absolutely no one can stand her. Now, at the beginning they did. I don't know, they don't know everyone, so obviously that can't be true. But she's not popular, she's not liked. And you can see why. She's not a nice person. I mean, she just isn't. And she's turned Harry into not a nice person as well. Whereas she hasn't turned David into a nasty person. He has gone from strength to strength in all sorts of ways. King Charles likes him very much.
She opened up her life, her home, her marriage, her struggles with body image, the works. She gave people what reality TV thrives on, authenticity. Meanwhile, Meghan's show felt sterile.
Yeah, I mean, oh goodness, so much to pick up on there, Angela. I think you're right in a lot of ways. I've had an interesting long-term sort of relationship, you might say, with the Beckhams. I mean, certainly that's, gosh, me with Victoria in Los Angeles at the Oscars many, many moons ago. And what I will say is that absolutely off camera, she is much, much more warm than she's ever been portrayed in the media, and funny as well. But she's also an arch media manipulator too. And we even joked about it previously when we met. And of course, there is a lot of manipulation that has gone on with this show. But I agree, she's put her best foot forward. And I think the key difference with Meghan is that when you see Victoria as you say, tweaking those outfits, talking with her staff about that fashion show, you understand this is her genuine passion, right? And she really does understand fashion. It's not a world that I know about at all. But Anna Wintour, the Vogue editor, even admits within the show, look, we thought that she was just going to be another celebrity designer who knows nothing, but she's the real deal. That's the total opposite when it comes to With Love Meghan and food or arts and crafts or whatever she happened to be doing for Netflix. It's the absolute opposite feeling that you get, Angela. It's like she doesn't know what she's talking about. And not only does she not know what she's talking about, she's got no passion for the products or for the arts and crafts or whatever she's trying to do. And I think for me, that was a fundamental difference between these two series. That not only is Victoria genuine in her passion, she also understands what she's talking about. So I think actually all this Meghan Markle tantrum over Netflix really proves is that she got her show wrong. She got her show wrong. She wasn't prepared to be honest. She wasn't prepared to show us the real Meghan. And as a result, Netflix didn't really promote it because Netflix just wants hits.
But she wouldn't let anybody tell her either. She wouldn't let anyone show her how to do these things. So it was a complete mess. And yes, it's right that you people can see what you're like, how natural you are. And Meghan is not natural. Meghan pretends to be something that she has always wanted to, but will never get to be. And it's just not going to
Of course.
happen.
And Angela, the fact that she's furious over this, right? Meghan never looks to herself, Angela. It's always someone else's fault. So in
Of
this
course.
case, it's not, oh, I didn't get With Love Meghan right. I could be learning this from Victoria Beckham. It's, this is Netflix's fault. They prefer her over me. I'm furious. I'm angry about it. And that shows a lot of how she thinks. But she does also cosplay people, Angela. She does copy people. We know that Diana, Catherine, now Victoria Beckham. And what's interesting is it was so obvious because this Netflix series was all about Victoria Beckham at Paris Fashion Week that she wanted to get in on the act. And of course, we now have this absolutely mortifying confirmation from Balenciaga and Pier Paolo Piccioli, who is the creative director of Balenciaga, that he never invited Meghan to the show.
No.
He never invited her. She invited herself. She pushed herself on this brand. And he's now admitted this in a video interview, Angela. Previously, we just saw the quotes, but he wasn't misquoted because The Cut has now actually released the video of the conversation. Watch this and I'll get you to respond off the back.
The Duchess of Sussex there in two custom looks, one white, one black. How did that happen?
But actually, I like everything in my life, it just happened. We started texting some years ago.
Texting?
Texting, yeah. And because we met and we continue like texting.
Yeah.
And it just happened. She said, I'd love to come to your show. We've been talking about the moment. I was starting in Balenciaga. I was kind of explaining what I was about to do, and now how I wanted to manage the house. And yeah, it just happened.
She's never been to a fashion show.
I know.
So, Angela, I mean, she invited herself.
I know. And she travelled by plane alone. She wanted to do that. This is what I mean, that Meghan now is going to do what she wants regardless. She's strong. She doesn't need anyone with her. I mean, it's absolutely fascinating. But also, apparently, she texts lots of men to see if they could, she'd like to come and meet them. I'm not saying this is anything wrong here. I'm just saying that that's how she does it. If she wants to see someone or go somewhere that they're, in charge of, she texts them. Can you believe it? A member of the royal family. Well, she's not really, but can you believe it? I mean, it's dangerous. Two, you don't know what you're going to if you've never met someone. And she hadn't met this man, but it's breathless, isn't it? Absolutely breathless. And Harry is absolutely not involved.
It's just totally mortifying. There was a really interesting conversation, Angela, online between Shauna Kay, who does lots of great work, and Tom Sykes of The Royalist, where they have a respectable debate about whether Meghan Markle is a success in that fashion world. I'm interested in your view, but let's watch this first.
Like a high-end commercial for a lifestyle that didn't actually exist. No real access. No real warmth. Just carefully staged perfection, which, ironically, is what makes her so hard to connect with. So yes, she's jealous. But not just of Victoria Beckham's Netflix deal. She's jealous of something far deeper, the ability to be loved without trying so hard to be perfect. Victoria found her groove. Meghan's still desperately searching for Hayes, one copycat outfit and self-invited fashion show at a time. And until she learns to stop blaming the world and start being real, every project she touches, from streaming to style to social causes, will keep collapsing under the same problem. It's all performance, no heart. In short, Victoria Beckham is thriving because she finally stopped pretending. Meghan Markle is struggling because she never stops pretending. That's the entire difference, and no amount of Balenciaga texts, Netflix tantrums, or Duchess titles can fix that.